Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I am glad you're here. And channel members, I want to give you a thank you for all you guys do. Anybody who's new here or has been here and has been not yet inclined to subscribe, I hope you see content that's worthy of you staying around and you will click that subscribe button and that bell notification icon. It would really help me out. But today I wanted to go through 5 of my most go after it, for lack of a better term, EDC fixed blades in my collection. So if I'm looking to get out of my urban EDC jungle and get out on the trail or get out in the woods or go camping, and I want something that's both a small little EDC fixed blade to accompany with me and to be a an add-on to my folder, but I also want it to be a little bit more able, right? So what I did is I picked out 5 out of my collection, just 5, and I could go a lot more and I could have picked different ones, but these all for a reason, the way they make me feel and the way I've used them, think really fit the bill. And starting out, I want to talk about this little Boker Barlow BFF. It's an odd name, I know. It's a Lucas Burnley design. Um, it is made over in Sulligen, Germany, and it is a smaller knife. This little guy, if we take out our Benchmade bug out, and we take out we'll use these as our size comparisons, our mini bug out, it's smaller than both of those. So probably going to be a little bit bigger than the Civivi Baby Banter, but you guys get the idea. It's a smaller knife. However, it's not only full tang, ABEL construction, it's a very tough steel. Um, I think the design and the choice of the steel and the simplistic merging of kind of a with what Lucas Burnley did by merging a traditional and modern elements of an older knife to come up with something totally different. This knife is just neutral enough and just knifey enough, if that's even a word, to get the job done. If I'm using this to prep for food prep it around a campfire, if I'm using it to feather stick wood, if I'm using it to carve, if I'm using it to get into, bigger boxes, not necessarily processed cardboard, but I'm actually needing to use it for more than just opening packages. The little Barlow BFF is up to the challenge. I mean, it is a great little knife. It is chunky. It is, again, small, but yet stable. It's not super thin behind the edge, but it's very able to do what it's designed to do, which is cut well. But you'll notice it's about a half flat grind, and then you've got this nice, thick spine that's got this nice swedge down the front, and it's micarta handles. It does have this tube pin slash loop to put a lanyard through if you need to, and then the handles are pinned together on that full tang ABEL, and the sheath that it comes with, I just absolutely love. It comes with this little Boker sheath, which is traditionally and only really a pocket dropper. You could put it on your belt. You could clip it on to something, but I use it primarily as a pocket dropper, or I'll clip it to the back of my belt if I'm carrying it and I'm walking out in the woods. But that would be one of my top 5 kind of get it done EDC knives, and that is the Boker Barlow. Again, when I bought this knife, I want to say it was in the $175 range. I was looking at them today. I think they go for 235, 230. So check Amazon, check the Google, see if you can find this knife. They also have a Damascus, which is a lot more expensive, but this is just the ABEL version. The handles, I think, in the current generation are walnut. They look really nice, but again, it was over $200, which is a lot. So anyway, that's the Boker Barlow BFF. Moving on, we come to this little knife here, which is kind of incognito because the sheath did not come with it. I actually picked up the sheath from Artemis Sheaths. This is the Tops Bull Trout. This little knife is a get it done little knife if I've ever seen one. Um, it's just fantastic for hiking, for camping, whether you're cutting food, whether you're carving a stick, whether you're feather sticking, trying to get some tinder to start a fire, whether you're skinning game, even though I don't skin a lot of game, this has got the perfect blade and belly to be a full-on skinner, and that's what it's actually designed for, being called the bull trout. But the Tops bull trout, again, is small, like all these are going to be. If we look at it next to the Benchmade bug out, mini, and the Civivi baby banter, we'll see that it's right between the Civivi baby banter and the bug out mini. But it's got a really nice wide micarta handle so I can get a super tight grip on that knife. The choil is built into the handle, built into the blade, and is just, it's a one handle knife. You don't have to think about it. And then you've got this heavy jimping if you're wearing a glove, or if you just need that extra stopping power because you're working through deer or you're working through some wood to feather stick and you're having to give it a lot of oomph. But this is 154 cm blade steel, made in America. I want to say the bull trout is right under 130 bucks. It does come with a leather dangler sheath that's really nice, but I don't typically carry sheaths like that. So I went to Artemis, who is a pew pew holster Kydex manufacturer, and they've actually got the bull trout sheath as one of their standard offerings. So I want to say I picked this sheath up for $35 or $40 and then added the Amazon straps. So you can get a nice Kydex sheath. This does not come like that. So if you guys go out looking for the bull trout on the Google or on Amazon, you will see it with a leather sheath. And I've got that same leather sheath. But you do have Torx bits here in case you want to take the handle off. It does have a pinned lanyard tube. I don't know if that comes out or not because I've not tried to pop this handles off, because I can't imagine this knife with anything other than these micarta handles. They just feel that good. I think that part of the knife, the steel, the materials, the composition is perfect. The only thing I did different was added the Kydex sheath. So that is another one of my top 5 get it done EDC knives that I like to carry, not just on the daily, but when I have to get out and do work. The next one on my list is going to be the Viper Knives Lil Two, LIL number 2. This is a fantastic knife. I've got this knife both in a sheep's foot, which this one is the Lil Two, and I've got it in a drop point, which looked too much like that Tops bull trout in the overall belly. But this knife, and guys, the one I've got's in the Arctic carbon fiber because I picked these up kind of as a pair. But this is also available in G10. It's available in micarta. It's available in carbon fiber. I think you can even get these naked, but I'm not sure, without scales. So when I tell you the price of mine, it's going to be less expensive. Mine was right around $189. You can get these for under $150 with G10. And again, it is a full tang, a little bit larger. I think we're going to see this closer to the bug out mini size, maybe just a little bit bigger. So it's a little bit larger than the mini. Still going to be smaller than the bug out, but it is a Jesper Voxnez design, and it is LMAX. So it's a full tang LMAX blade that has perfectly done jimping, and I think it has perfect ergonomics for this forward grip. Again, I would say this is a one and done grip. As long as you put your finger right here and your second finger in there and trail everything else, it's going to provide a very comfortable grip. I think Jesper Voxnez, all the knives that I've experienced that are his designs have been fantastically comfortable to use. This knife is scary sharp. The L Max is fantastic. I think it makes for a great get it done steel if you're going to be out and about, if you're going to be hiking, if you're going to be camping, and you need to, cut whatever it is you need to cut. This is a banger of a knife. I would have no problem putting this knife to the test and using it hard if it needed to be used hard. And it's a great knife to take out and to cut with. That's what it wants to do, right? It's also got, as most of these knives will, a lanyard tube here. So if you want to have a lanyard on it, make it easier to carry, or it makes it easier to hold, you can do that. This is a sheath it came with. LT clip also came with it. So this is when you buy this knife, how it would come with an LT clip, with this sheath, and with the handle material of your choice, ranging anywhere from, roughly 150 to 190. Moving on, we go to my little bruiser, the Bradford Guardian 3 in Rex 45. This knife was a trade with our brother Shane. He picked up this knife, really wanted it, really wanted the Rex 45. He had the checkered G10 handle on it, but he could not get a good grip on it. He couldn't get a comfortable grip on it. His hand was too big. So we traded out. And then I added these micarta 3D scales because for my littler hand, it made it fit so much better. And those G10 diamond pattern scales were just a little bit rough in my hand. I think they're great if you're wearing gloves, but for a naked hand, they were a little bit rough. But guys, this Rex 45 is sharp. It is done very well. This knife is in the Natrix finish, which is that black wash or that stone black wash finish. Love the finish. Love the usable area of the Rex 45 blade. Love the ergonomics. I think it's the perfect small, hard use banger. And I would be happy to recommend it to anybody that needs an outdoor, indoor, but a harder use banger. This guy was right around in Rex 45, I want to say $170. It comes in a lot of different blaze steels, and you can get the Bradford Guardian 3 in different materials. 160, 150, 140 is not out of the norm, but it does come with this leather sheath. Works really well. It is only a horizontal carry sheath, which is okay for me because I'll typically stick this in my back pocket or stick it in my left front pocket. But the fourth of my top five get it done banging small knives is the Guardian 3. So bring us to the final and one of the newer knives in my collection, but that has been plenty banged on. This is the 2023 Shed Knives Skur. When I first unboxed this knife here, it had G10 scales on it, which were day glow. I have now put the micarta G10 scales on it that I swear look just like micarta, but they're G10. So anyway, they fit great. This knife is an absolute bruiser. This knife I would have for a survival knife, if you want to call it that. You get one knife to get stuff done with. As long as I wasn't slicing tomatoes, it's part of my getting stuff done. I think the Skur is the perfect small, hard use knife. It is a little bit smaller than the mini bug out, about bug out sized. So it's about the size of the Benchmade bug out. But guys, it's 3/16, almost a quarter inch thick, a 154 cm. So it is just an absolute rock in your hand. You can use this to chop, to slice, to puncture, to pierce, to wedge, to pry, you name it. You can use this pommel, which also has a lanyard too, if you want to have this tied onto your hand, to hammer, to get tent spikes down. you name it, whatever you really need, this knife, if you can be comfortable carrying it, which I can, but it is going to weigh 8.3 ounces. It is a very get it done kind of knife. I would go as far as to say, in my small EDC fixed blade collection, this may be one of my top get it done, if had to, knives. I haven't put it through the full gamut of testing. I haven't done a lot of long-term chopping with it. I have done some short-term, and guys, this blade is still, has not rolled, it is not chipped. It is thick behind the edge, but it's nice, hollow grind. Um, just, I can't say enough nice things about it. I just love it. I love, again, the heft, the thickness of the knife. This full tang fits in my hand perfectly. The jimping keeps me from having any chance of running up on that blade because it is so aggressive, not uncomfortably aggressive, but it locks you in like jimping should. And again, it is slicey, even though it's not really set up to be a slicing knife at a 1/4 inch thick. It does the job. So again, if I had to be out in the woods for a couple of days and only one on my side, out of everything I just showed you, I'd probably select the tops just because of its girth and its heft. But guys, I wanted to share those with you because when I was looking through my knives today, I was thinking, how else can I look at a collection that I've kind of amassed? And one way is how I've used it and how I find for it to kind of find its place in my collection. Like, I wouldn't necessarily carry this to the office, right? Or the Bradford to the office. I might carry the Chickadee or the Micro 1 or 2, but all these knives have a place. They all have a purpose. I think they're all great. I appreciate you guys stopping by for the video. I appreciate it every time you grace my channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you again to channel members. And please, guys, look out for the guy or girl to your left. Please look out for the guy or girl to your right. Look out for one another. Go forward with love in your heart. And please choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.